Alrighty guys, a very warm welcome to another video. Today we're looking at Lionel Sanders' 2014 diet. This is a typical day of what Lionel eats back from 2014. So what he ate back in 2014. This is from the Lionel Sanders WordPress blog site, which he had up going. I don't believe he posts so much on it anymore, obviously in the last few years. However, he has his new website, but nonetheless, we know that Lionel's experimented a lot with diet in the past, and this is really a this is his original diet. And from an elite Ironman, professional Ironman endurance athlete perspective, it really is amazing just how many calories he's able to put in, but also just the quality of the food itself. And I think you guys will really enjoy this, debrief of what Lionel ate on September the 30th, 2014. So let's get straight into it. A day in its entirety. So I put a plug out in my last post for some ideas on what to write about. The topic seemed to come up most is nutrition. I thought about just writing a few days worth of what I eat, but I thought that might be a little boring and a bit far removed from everyday reality, i.e. when each item is consumed. Pardon me. So instead, I figured I would do a post, something to the tune of a day in the life. Thanks, Stephen C, for the idea. In this post, I've included just about everything I did today, but in the interest of taste, I omitted washroom breaks. So here goes. Alarm went off at 7:15 a.m. Hit snooze, got out of bed at 8 a.m. Sounds like my mornings. Ate a big bowl of frosted flakes. So we're starting the day with a big bowl of frosted flakes and a coffee with 3 sugars and 2 cream. 460 calories in total. At 9:15 a.m., I started my run workout. So the run workout, here it is. Won't go into detail, but a total duration of 2 hours and 44 minutes, 41 seconds with, some obviously good quality in there. Nutrition during the workout: 4 gummy worms, 120 calories, 1 sports drink, 150 calories, 2 bottles of water, 1.2 liters of water. Did he drink any water on waking? It doesn't mention that. He had a shower, iced back of right knee for 15 minutes as he had a slight niggle, and then lunch at 1 p.m. 1.3 liters of chocolate milk, 180 calories. That's a lot of chocolate milk. 4 chicken fingers with ranch dressing, 450 calories. 2 egg rolls with sweet chili sauce, 400 calories. 1 cup of mixed vegetables with salt and butter, around 80 calories. 2 cups of water, about a liter, big cups. 2 sour keys, assuming these are just a lolly, 35 calories. 1 can of Coca-Cola, 160. So he's got 850 calories plus 450, that's 1,300, plus 400, 1,700. So, he's pushing almost up to 2,000 calories just for lunch, and is eating egg rolls, chicken fingers, chocky milk, Coca-Cola, and lollies. Some veggies in there, though. So healthy nonetheless, because whenever you add veggies, you cancel out the junk food. And I'm not poking fun at all, because it's really actually quite interesting, and I don't want to stall going through this, but one of the things that's most important that people don't realize is actually just reaching your total calorie goals. And that's probably going to take priority over absolute quality of food. Quality of food, from a health perspective, should always be number one. But from a pure performance perspective, if you can't eat enough quality food to actually sustain your calorie needs, you're going to have a drop in performance. So it's a trade-off between health and performance. But if you can do it with quality foods, absolutely key. We know that Lionel now does that, but we also know that Lionel was a little bit heavier back here, around 165 pounds, and now is around the high 150 pounds, or 159, 160 pounds. So he's lost a few pounds, and I would almost like to see what would happen if he went back up to 164, 165, and see how his performance was on a more consistent basis. But nonetheless, we run through. So he had a coffee and I took Chewy, which is his dog, for a walk. He also had this nap here, an hour nap at 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. At 3:45, started bike workout. So total duration, and this is like quite impressive. So some of his workouts are nuts. He obviously did this whole workout, 2 hours and 45 minutes, average power of 297 watts, normalized 304, just casual on the trainer as you do. Nutrition during the workout was 10 sour keys, 175 calories, 1 granola bar, 200 calories, 1.5 sports drinks, 225 calories, 3.5 bottles of water, 2.1 liters. He then took a shower. He iced the back of the knee again with his right knee, 15 minutes, and then had dinner at 7:20 p.m. For dinner, he had 2 sausages with bun and smoked hickory barbecue sauce, 750 calories, 2 servings of French fries with ketchup, 320 calories, 1 can of Coca-Cola, 160 calories, and another 650 milliliters or 0.65 liters of chocolate milk, 425 calories. So here is his dinner here. He then went for a swim workout at 8:30 p.m. Did this whole workout here for total duration of around an hour or 3,400 meters. And then a second dinner after the swim at 10:15 p.m. Half of a medium pizza with double cheese dipped in ranch dressing, somewhere in the realm of 1,200 calories. 2 glasses of water, around a liter. 0.65 liters of chocolate milk. So, and then 15 gummy bears, 130 calories, 425 calories in chalky milk. Took Chewy for a walk, wrote this blog post, cup of tea and a bit of reading, lights out at 12 a.m. So, I mean, even just in chocolate milk, if you go from his lunch, which was here, he had 1.3 liters of chalky milk, 850 calories. He then had another 0.65 liters of chalky milk. So that's now just pushing over almost at 2 liters. And then another, in his second dinner, 0.65 liters of chalky milk. So almost over 2.5 liters of chocolate milk a day. And then lights out. So totals: running 26.5 miles, 2 hours and 45 minutes, biking 2 hours 45 minutes, swimming around an hour. So a total duration workout time of around 6.5 hours, total calories of around 6,715. Obviously this would be a slight variation, but between 6.5 and 7,000 calories. So a very big calorie intake. Also a lot of training, but definitely a big calorie intake nonetheless. 4.3 liters of water. Doesn't seem like a lot relative to the training he's done, but nonetheless, his weight in the AM was 164 pounds, weight in the PM 164 pounds. Now, this is interesting as well, because obviously when he gets up in the morning and takes a pee, this is going to drop. So potentially this is just, could have drank a little bit more water and gone to bed a little bit heavier than you actually got up in the morning after a wee. But, pretty good to be finishing at least at the same weight as when you woke up. So then he also posted his run metrics, and that's it for the day. And, you can see that there isn't a whole lot of fruits. I don't actually know if there was any fruits in here. There was very little vegetables, just 1 cup of mixed veggies here with salt and butter on them. And then it's just chocolate milk, chicken fingers, sausages, lollies, French fries, and half a pizza. So a lot of quote unquote junk foods. But, when you're burning this many calories and doing that much training in a day, from a health perspective, yeah, it's not fantastic. And a micronutrient perspective, vitamins, minerals, etc. However, from a total calorie perspective, I can see how you get away with this, and I can also see how it does fuel the training. Doesn't mean it's absolutely healthy, and there's a distinction between health and performance. However, could you improve your performance by eating more healthy and still getting those calories in? It depends, because if in doing that, it upsets your digestion, well, that's not going to help your recovery, so it's a fine balance. And this is obviously just what he's used to, or what he was used to back in 2014. Like we said, we know he's cleaned it up a lot. However, this is fascinating that he was performing so well and really, really getting towards the top of his game, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And back in 2014, he was eating this diet as a professional. So we go in the comments. That's definitely a full day of training. Is the big difference increased volume now over shorter, harder workouts when you were racing shorter distances? ? Also, do you train all 3 disciplines daily or only some days a week? Oddly, your amount of nutrition doesn't seem like very much, but perhaps it is more calorie dense than it would first appear. You appear to like candy. I like my chocolate chip cookies. Thank you for posting. Some other ones. What else have we got on the nutrition front? Please take my comment in the spirit spirits as they are intended. It would appear that a single day in your life, you're not getting enough protein immediately after your workouts, generally missing high value foods, which is causing your body to crave sugars as a result. As you increase training volume, this will likely become more of an issue. Thanks for staying so connected. He goes on to say, I usually drink at least a liter of chocolate milk after each workout, which contains around 25 grams of protein, some sort of meat with the meal, 25 grams. I'm also this is interesting, I'm the most muscular I've ever been, so I take this as a sign of getting adequate protein. Yeah, for sure. And he was really quite muscular, especially, even going back to Kona 2017, for example, you see some of his run workouts and he's an absolute rig of a machine, and he still is very muscular, but he's a lot more lean, but he's also cut off some of that muscle from his frame. And I do wonder if that has positively or negatively affected his recent performances. But I'm not going to make full judgment of that, because obviously there's much more to race performance than just total body weight and complete nutrition. So there's another comment here. Doesn't look like it touches on the nutrition aspect. I'm really kind of jealous of this. Haha. I would love to do this instead of currently sitting in a lecture hall for sure. Hey Lionel, love the blog. Want to translate the run workout into Looking forward. Okay, cool. Lionel, I'm heavily jealous of the fact that you can eat so much junk food. I lived as an athlete like you for many years. Love the training program that you do. I think you have to try running one time, granted a bit slower, or I may have to, etc. Lionel, you're a legend. First time I've seen Frosted Flakes, gummy bears, Coke, chicken fingers, sausage, and fries, and extra cheese pizza on a pro athlete's blog. Where's the steel cut oats, quinoa, kale, and first endurance recovery drinks? Yeah, like it's definitely not your typical Ironman healthy diet, but it obviously worked for him. So, other comments. That's on training. Here we go. What's this one? The amount of trans fats you eat is this is harsh. The amount of trans fats you eat is eventually going to take you down. There is no enzyme in the liver to burn fried fats, thus they sit around in the arteries collecting up. It's only a matter of time. Do you want to be the big gun at Kona? Stop eating like a kid that plays video games all day. Holy crap, that's rough. What does he say? That's certainly not the nicest comment I've had, but I went and checked all the foods I ate that day anyway. The only thing with trans fats were the coffee cream, egg rolls, and butter. Quick Google search on allowable trans fat intake and found this from Canadian Council. Cool. And so on. And, a few people kind of picking up on the fact that certainly not the most healthiest diet of all time, but nonetheless, that is the diet of Lionel Sanders from 2014. And, post what you guys think, because I find it very interesting. Obviously, he's experimented with diet. He went plant-based for a little bit. He's then gone away from that, but still eating, very whole foods, healthier diet, but has his performance since really making that switch to improving nutrition really improved? Not necessarily. And you can't put performance and nutrition in the same basket all the time, because it's training, it's recovery, it's other things as well. However, it does go to show that just if you focus on improving nutrition alone, it's not necessarily going to improve your performance. However, it will improve your health. And this is where, like I said earlier, we like to think that health and performance are linked, but often is the case that they're not. And improving nutrition, if you're not getting enough calories, may reduce your performance, but the healthier foods in general and the vitamins and minerals and more whole foods that aren't otherwise going to be creating inflammation in the body can improve health. But obviously you want to find a balance between the two. And if you can get enough calories purely through healthy foods, that's perfect. But if you do have to add in those more processed foods, not necessarily junk foods like this, but just some more simple calories, then that is by all means what you need to do in order to improve your performance in an endurance perspective, because endurance training is not necessarily natural for the body to be doing in this quantity. So therefore, we probably need to eat some unnatural foods in order to supplement that, if that makes sense. Not promoting processed foods, but sometimes they're needed in order to actually just meet the calorie goals and not get into chronic calorie deficits, which can otherwise decrease performance in the long run. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video from the old Lionel Sanders diet in 2014. I'd like to see what would happen if he went back to this traditional diet model, kept doing some of the longer days that he was doing on the trainer, and just went back to the basics and see how it all went. But I understand the sport's progressed a lot, and it's a lot more about fine tuning these details and really getting on top of all aspects. So maybe you can't get away with this so much, but he certainly was getting away with this at the time. And if anything, it was helping him to have some incredible performances and supplement that training, which is really astonishing from an athlete of this caliber. So take care, guys. Post your questions or thoughts even on this diet model below. And I will see everyone in the next video.